Good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, hermanas y hermanos, welcome to another edition of the Live from the Heartland Show. This is Michael James, along here with Katie Hogan and Tom Clark. And if we get our mic working, you'll hear all of us.
Your work is, it's fine, Michael.
Great,
it's
Kate,
fine.
it's good to see you. How you doing? Are you ready for another edition?
Another edition, yes indeed. It's Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day in Chicago. Winding down July here, amazingly. And so what else is going on?
It's another spectacularly gorgeous day in the city.
It is beautiful.
Spectacularly
Get
gorgeous.
out there, enjoy yourselves. It's just spectacular Chicago weather.
It is true. It is true. There is, by the way, a women's march, affiliated women's march and rally today, July 29th, in downtown Chicago at 1 p.m. This is a march that is trying to defend access to health care for women, families, and our most vulnerable communities. Because even though we won, quote unquote, this week, it's not a win. People are still not fully covered anyway, and we've got an administration who regularly says, let it blow up, as if lives are not at stake. So today, 1 p.m. till 3, I think, at Federal Plaza, 1 p.m. to 3, yes, 219 South Dearborn. There's a bunch of speakers. Look on Women's March Illinois Facebook page to get the details.
And I think it's really important to do a shout out to a couple of GOP women senators who really made a difference.
Because they're listening.
There's a crusty veteran who's getting a lot of credit. That crusty veteran has been all over the map, and I think it's mostly meeting his maker eye to eye that had him wake up and smell the coffee this week. But who knows?
We don't.
We're glad he did come around.
But I think the two women and some other moderate senators that defeated interim measures that came up for a vote this week deserve a lot of credit. Maybe, as Mr. McCain spoke to, there'll be some bipartisanship that will fix what needs to be fixed with Obamacare, and we'll move on. But I actually think we're closer to single payer than ever before.
Well, we've said that now for a few weeks. We need to be saying it to the senators. To say single payer, that's it. That's what we want. That's what you should go for. Quit, whatting around.
And there was a lot of other news out of the White House this week, but much of it we can't discuss on a family-friendly radio program on a Saturday morning.
True that. Mr. Scaramucci, what a tweeter.
The mooch.
I'm more incensed by the speech that was given to the Boy Scouts.
Oh, heck yeah.
As a former Boy Scout. And Scouting's had issues, particularly with inclusiveness, but they've been trying in recent years, and this killed it. Their membership is down half of where it was in 1990, and I'm afraid it's going to take an even bigger hit because their response to the president politicizing what should have been a getting people, revved up for being patriotic Americans and all that, was this entirely half-empty glass, ugly display of bullyism and everything else in front of grammar school and high school kids.
He had him booing Obama.
And if anything, a president should have been suggesting that you don't boo a former president.
Yeah, right.
But that's not his.
Well, there's been a lot of blowback from it. I mean, so far. I mean, a lot of parents, Scout parents, have stood up. A lot of former Scouts. I know, Tom, you came up with a wonderful letter by, I'm not sure who it's by, Jasper Davidoff. And he's out of Evanston. He's a Scout, and it is a beautiful letter he wrote to the head of the Boy Scouts.
You can find it on Facebook. It's well worth your while to look it up because he's laid out the argument as a Scout, as an Eagle Scout, better than anyone else could.
Yeah.
I see here that Rom has capitulated to the airport workers over hourly wage and various organizing efforts. How about filling us in on that, Tom?
Well, there has been a months, if not year-long, battle for airport workers who are, for the most part, independent contractors, the way the contracts get let out now at the airports.
Right.
And they've been fighting for both organizing rights, which they have, but they've had trouble organizing a union, and higher wages. And it's part of the Fight for 15. It's a particularly focused effort.
Yep.
And this week, figuring out, I think, that he was going to lose, Ron came up with an ordinance that actually bumps their pay to $13.25 an hour, is requiring contractors to meet that pay level, and is going to give them permission to organize, which of course is a right they already had. But thank you, Mayor, for waking up and
for stating the obvious. Well, that's good for them.
It's a significant victory
really
for SEIU and other organizers who've really been working on this for a long time.
Yeah, we covered it earlier when they first started, and I'm real glad for that result. Speaking of organizing, earlier this week we had a Network 49 meeting on Wednesday night that took to the...
we went outside. It was hot as could be in Loyola Park. So there was some complaints going on, so we opened the doors and we all went outside and sat on the beautiful cement bleachers. It was great.
We always have wanted to see what sitting on those bleachers was like. You remember, Michael?
I used to want to put a track in there and have a berm along Sheridan Road, turn it into a beautiful thing.
It's still a possibility.
It's a great idea.
It's still a possibility.
Yeah.
But that night, we also got, I think, I forgot the word. But anyway, Kelly Cassidy came, you know, the words escape. Kelly Cassidy interrupted the meeting to let us know what she had been doing that day.
Which was great.
Which was not going and attending the special session called by our twisted governor. She was in fact painting classrooms at Gale School, Gale Academy.
Along with Ann Williams.
Along with Ann Williams,
United State Rep.
Yeah. And the simple point there is, as the debate over school funding formula continues, with the governor threatening to veto any more money for Chicago, she thought at least they could paint classrooms to get schools ready for the new school year.
Yeah, and the schools are so grateful. The newly christened principal, who was the interim principal, was just over the moon about the painting getting done.
Also in Rogers Park, we do have, apparently it came down and with approval from zoning, etc., the new Target retail at Devon and Sheridan. Is this a good thing or not such a good thing?
Well, it's a done deal, and I still feel that, you know, if you use a baseball analogy, there may have been a run or two scored, but this could have been a grand slam that was blown. And I put this on both the CHA and our aldermen for not getting a better deal. We're giving away public land for 99 years with only about 20 years worth of agreements over some affordable housing going on that land. It's adjacent to a seniors project that's going to lose its community center, at least for a couple of years, and its outdoor garden, which is going to become a rooftop garden.
Okay, you got to say that they're replacing the senior center with a larger room. Right.
So I don't know what they do for their community center.
And this is like part of the big build-up going on around Loyola. Loyola, if you notice that strip along Loyola where the Granada used to be, etc. There's all kind of Sheridan Road. There's going to be a Target. There's a new hotel there. Everything is new except for Bruno's Bar remains there.
Exactly.
God love you, Bruno.
We will probably
on some issues.
We will probably have some seniors from the Carolyn Hedger Apartments on the show in a couple of months to find out
how it's going,
how things are going, because they've been undergoing 2 years of rehab already, and now this.
I got to confess, I did some gambling this week. I bet $50 on the Crosstown Series between the beloved Sox and beloved Cubs. And I did bet with one of the young Twin Peaksers, the bases Jack, and I lost. I lost. So I'm a little short this week. I won't be giving out as many coins that guys at stoplights.
But boy, the Sox have picked up a lot of rookies.
We do have a lot of rookies, and we're going to watch it for the next 7 or 8 years. Hopefully it'll come to fruition, just like it happened for the Cubs.
Okay, 2 things are happening next Saturday, August 5th. One, this show is going to come from the Heartland building again.
It's called, I think, we're not quite sure what they are calling the former Red Line Tap, but we're calling it Heartland's Red Line Room. And it's right there by the side of the Red Line tracks on Glenwood. It's 7006 North Glenwood. And we're going to start doing the Live from the Heartland show live from there on Saturday mornings. It allows us to do have more space for the entertainers who come on, to have the audience back. And we're looking forward to all of you showing up next Saturday morning. Come around 8:30. Get ready. There's going to be coffee, and I'm sure you can get food. And we've got a sound guy. We're all ready. If the internet hookup works, you know, the Ethernet, we'll be set. So that's next Saturday morning. Please spread the word. All you people in Rogers Park, Evanston, and beyond, come back to the Heartland for the show. We used to do it there every Saturday morning for years. We loved it. We do like being in the studio. It's a lot easier, but we want to take it back to the corner of Glenwood and London, the heart of Rogers Park.
Okay, the other thing happening that day, on August 5th, right after the Heartland show, is the next of the really wonderful community canvases that Network 49 has been doing in cooperation with other groups in our neighborhood, both Reclaim and PRP. Next week
That's
we will
Protect Rogers Park.
Right, thank you. Next week we'll hit the Yard Sale Street on Newgard, as well as a few other choice locations. You want to be part of this, so come on down, get trained, get a buddy. We'll give you the materials. Go talk to your neighbors. This is the essence of organizing, folks. And do it before you have to push for a candidate of any kind. We're just pushing for the hood.
And it's so much nicer to do it this time of year rather than dead of winter.
Amen, my brother. We will have to do it in the winter again, but so do it now. Get your chops in.
Let's have a little musical interlude before we go on to our first guest. Take it away, Nolan.